Hello and welcome to part 3. Now today in this video in part 3 I'll be focusing on the class 158 that you get with the Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester route. So let's have a look. Now first thing I noticed is that the texturing on this class 158 is not too bad. It's regional railways, so no express wording, for example. It's not in service written there on the title. So the texturing looks a little bit better. That could just be, depend on the actual repaint itself. The texturing on the roof, the detailing on the roof looks very similar to the class 158 that we had on the Settle to Carlisle pack. Let's have a look at the doors and see what happens with the doors. See if they're any quicker or slower. Doors are just the same. So what we'll do is we'll get on board here and we'll walk down the train. Now, yeah, now it still seems on this version that the issue with the passengers is still there. Now I don't know if that's just an issue with the two-car one or not, but anyway, might be something to be aware of. Yeah. They were just walking through, but they're the same kind of passengers that you had in the other version, the Settle to Carlisle version, but very much different from the version from the original DLC pack. I don't know what's happened there. Is that there in the other one as well? I don't think that was there, was it? It looks like someone's broke the roof. Okay, well anyway. So yeah, we'll just walk down. Yeah. Still the same passenger who wants his reserved ticket. So as we go down to the cab, see if the driver's still playing the piano. Yeah, it's still the same driver playing on piano. So the detailing of the cab is basically the same. So let's get into the cab now anyway. So as you can see, like the Settle to Carlisle version, the Class 158, we also still have rain effects. Now, I think the cab inside, the detailing is a little bit better. Here, for example, you can see that the clock works now. But there are some little changes. Let's have a look at the switches here. Let's see. Oh, look. Now there's instrument lights. There wasn't instrument lights before. So this version of the train, Class 158, has instrument lights as well. And has cab lights. So yeah. Have a look at the HUD. Now the first thing I noticed is this now says full service. Before this had numbers. So now you can see they've changed this. So it was originally, now it says step 1, step 2, and then full service and emergency, etc. So yeah, there's some differences here as well. I think it looks like the texturing in the inside of the cab looks a lot better now. Yeah, okay, but I think there are differences definitely. So let's go outside and see if the headlights work now. Now with this Settle to Carlisle version, there was a bug with the lights, which meant they didn't work. So there you can see, yeah, the headlights work on this version. It really is interesting why, for example, they will change the Class 158. They will change it in a way, but then they won't pass that version down to, to the other versions. Which is why I'm doing these videos, because as I can see, there's literally like 4 different versions. Now I'm not including the Class 159 DLC in that. That is completely separate, so I'm not going to include that. This is just the 158s. Let's go back in the cab anyway. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to do the acceleration and deceleration test. Actually, before I do that, let's have a look at the manual. So this is the manual for the where this Class 158 comes from. So it's a Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester Piccadilly via Royington Central. So you go, you got the information about the Class 158 again, loco information, the livery, more information. You also get a Class 47 rail freight livery. But here, it actually shows you information about the cab and the things that you can do and what the controls mean, which is really good because in the other versions you don't get anything like that. And then also just about the different scenarios you get. So yeah, very different. So anyway, back to the cab we go, and we're going to do the acceleration and deceleration test just to see if there's any difference with the physics on this version. So what I'm going to do, see, we get that too, and we didn't have that with the other versions either. So let's go and see what the acceleration and deceleration is like. Right then, here we go. Now don't forget, when we get to about Bedhampton station, we were going across the level crossing at about 50, so let's see what we get with this one. Now one thing I noticed in the Settle and Carlisle version was there was flange on the tracks. Now I don't remember hearing flange on the tracks with that version. So it'd be interesting to see if we hear flange with the other one. Now the sound does sound slightly different, I think. So there's no flange again. Ah, look, now we got to 50, way before the station. So yes, the acceleration on this version seems to be slightly better than the acceleration on the other two versions, interesting enough. Because we were going over the level crossing at about 50, and on this one we were at 50 way before that. We're almost at 60 now. Okay, we're at 60. The emergency brake on, and then see where we stop. Yeah, there's a lot of difference between the acceleration and the braking on this, definitely. Yeah, there's so much difference. I mean, before with the other two versions, we were literally stopping right over here. Both the other two, we were literally getting to here, to this motorway bridge here before we stopped. So you can see that the version that comes with the Manchester Piccadilly route has definitely got different physics compared to the others. Definitely. So that's all very interesting. So what I'll be doing is I'll be finishing this part 3, and then next part will be part 4, and what we're going to do on that part is we're going to focus on the Class 158 that comes with the Arriva DLC, which was originally brought out at the same time as the South Wales Coastal Route DLC pack. So, see you in part 4.